Science, and I'm going to be talking about the death penalty day. So I'm going to start off with some stories. This is Carlos de Luna, who was executed in 1989 for the murder of Wanda Lopez. Wanda Lopez worked in a bar where someone thought they saw Carlos de Luna, remembered his face, and told the police. He was convicted solely on junk science that was later proved through DNA testing to be false. Carlos de Luna died an innocent man. This is Troy Anthony Davis. Davis was convicted of the shooting murder of an off-duty cop. He was convicted through 9 eyewitnesses that saw him, 7 of which later said their testimonies were false. He also died after 25 years on death row. This is Henry McCollum, Lee McCollum, and Leon Brown. They are mentally disabled half-brothers who were coerced into confessing to the rape and murder of an 11-year-old girl. They spent 3 decades on death row and were eventually set free. They'll never get that time back. A bit of a death penalty history. It's been around since 18th century BC. It's part of what America has been founded on. We've been using it since colonies in the 1700s. There has been a combined total of roughly 229 years in prison by people who were later proven innocent. That is a long time. Some people, first I'm going to share the story of Dustin Honkin, and these are the people that he murdered. That's Lori Duncan on the far left and her 2 daughters. Dustin Honkin killed Lori Duncan and her 2 daughters when they were 31, 10, and 8 years old. He was put on death row for 27 years, and the Duncan family felt a lot of relief when he was finally died. They felt that their murders were being dragged on, and they were not getting the justice that they deserved. A lot of families like the death penalty because it gives them a sense of closure. People also believe that it will deter other people from murdering and will help lower the crime. It also gives people a sense of justice that they like to feel that right is being done to fix the wrongs. So I'm gonna ask a question. What's more expensive? Executing someone or keeping someone alive in prison for a lifetime? So raise your hand if you think it's more expensive to execute someone. Raise your hand if you think it's more expensive to keep someone alive for their life. Alright, so it's actually 10 times more expensive to kill someone using the death penalty than it is with an average cost of about $1.26 million. I thought that was pretty interesting because the penalty is not very cost efficient. So here's a map of the states that the green are the ones where the death penalty is legal, and blue is death penalty is illegal. And California, Oregon, and Pennsylvania have a moratorium, which means that they can place people on the death penalty, but for now, they can't execute anyone yet. Some people think that a moratorium is a good compromise. I believe that we should place a tax on the death penalty because it will further make it more expensive and deter the government from putting people on death row that could be innocent. Some people think that a good compromise would be only to execute those who committed a specific crime, such as child rape, but I think some false accusations could be made if that happens. Here's my sources. Thank you for listening to my